dignitaries on the stage and off the stage, chairperson, and my madam principal, because she was the madam principal when I was a student here, Dr. Mrs. Grace, and vice chairperson, and my dear teachers and students chatting away to glory, like how I was, and family and friends. There's a term which says, heart swells with pride. And only today, I actually felt the true meaning of it, because my heart is really swelling with pride. I'm very nostalgic because I was there when this auditorium was built. I was sitting right there for this inauguration, wondering why they have the spaces on top. And 30 years down the line, I'm still wondering why the spaces are there. That's how nostalgic I am. In Bible it is said in Zechariah chapter 4 and verse 10, do not despise the humble beginnings. True to that, I was there when this all started. Me and my younger sister are what we call true blood Alphians, meaning we were there from LKG all the way till 12th standard. And I consider myself a little bit more lucky. I consider myself as being partially more fortunate, because I was there when Alpha was growing from 14 students to 40. You remember that black and white picture they showed you? I was there. And I was there in one Miss Tanga Miss. I don't know how many of you remember. I was a naughty brat. I was there when it all started. And I take great pride because as I grew, Alpha also grew along with me. Or I should say, when Alpha grew, I also grew. Meaning when I joined LKG, I think Alpha had approval till only 5th standard. And then when I came to 1st standard, Alpha had approval till 10th. And when I came to 5th standard, Alpha had approval for 11th and 12th. And by the time I was in 10th standard, they started laying the ground for Alpha Arts and Science College. So I take great pride in that because I've seen this with my eyes and I have grown along with the institution, and here I am standing before you. And that makes me feel real old. But then, on the contrary, Madam Principal, or I should say chairperson, you haven't aged a single day. You just look the same way as you were when I was your student. The secret is, if you look back in the Bible, when the Israelites had gone to Canaan, everybody went and asked for their land to govern. And Caleb told, give me the most toughest and the most hardest land. Because the vision kept the strength in Caleb burning throughout. Same way, the vision that my Madam Principal had has retained her grace and beauty till this time. I just want to flip back a few pages and go back in time. And there was a time when, I don't know how many of you know about the yellow card. Do you have the yellow card now? No? Yes? Yes? No? Come on. No? Right. Okay. So, oh God, we hated it. I'm telling you. We hated it. The thing about the yellow card is, Alpha was an English medium school, and if you spoke a word in Tamil, it will be given to you. And at the end of the day, whoever has the yellow card at 3 p.m. after the school is over has to pay a fine of 1 rupee. So what we used to do is we keep on, chatting away to glory in Tamil. And then when it is like 2:30 or 2:40, we trick the student next to us in saying something in Tamil and hand it over to him and go. That's how it was. But then, jokes apart, after many years, when I was in England, London to be precise, I was in London for 2 years for my diabetes training, and every single white British guy who interacted with me asked me, "Your English is so good. How do you guys, coming from a third world country, have such good English?" I said, "I went to a damn good school." And that is true. And that is really true. Because as students, when we are studying in the school, we will not know about what our teachers ask. We will still sit there pinching each other's, and our teachers saying shh and all these things. But then what we learn consciously and subconsciously will always help us in the future. And second thing I want to share is, even before it became a fad called I researched online, etc., etc. I still remember Ms. Reena, who is your principal right now. She was my zoology teacher. And I think that was the time she joined the school, I think. And that was the first time the concept of show and tell was introduced. And I was told, you have 30 days time. You need to show your class a book about animals. And that was the first time. I didn't even know what I was doing is called research. I pestered my dad to get me so many books, this and that. I made a scrapbook, etc., etc. And then with great enthusiasm and great pride on that particular day, and I came in front of the class and explained to them, this is Tyrannosaurus, this is Brontosaurus, and all these things. And I still remember, I think it was 10th standard, I think I was in 10th standard. I still remember ma'am telling me, you have a flair for science. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe since then, I haven't stopped reading. I've been reading and reading and reading, and here I am. So never ever take for granted or never ever grumble when your teacher asks you to do an assignment. You will not know how much it will change or influence your future. And let me take a famous saying of your vice chairperson, John Dewey. Education is not a part of preparation for life. Education is life. But then I would say the education that we have here is indeed preparation for life. And when I say education, it's not just what we learn, not the subjects. It is something more than that. It is something you really can't pinpoint exactly what you take away from this school. But then, trust me, one fine day in your life, it'll hit you and says, oh, not bad. It's because I was trained well in school that I'm able to do this. And when a day will come, that day you will thank Alpha. So education is very, 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 very important. And then in Tirukkural, it is said, Orumaikkan tan katra kalvi oruvarku elumayum yemappu udaithu, which means what you learn in this life will not just benefit you in this life, but for 7 births together. That's what Thiruvalluvar says. And this again is something which Tirukkural was taught to me when I was in school. And again, I thank my teachers for that, because I was, ever since then, every conversation I have, every speech I have, I quote, it's not big deal quoting Shakespeare and Wordsworth. Quoting Thiruvalluvar. In the UK, it's because of Alpha. So that is the education I got from here. And what I am today, what I am going to be tomorrow, it is indefinitely, undoubtedly because of the touch of Alpha. And so I pray the heavenly Alpha to bless this Alpha to reach great heights that it was destined to. Thank you.